was called Little, his limbs they were large, and his stature was 7 foot high. Wherever he came, they quaked at his name, for soon he would make them to fly. How they came acquainted I'll tell you in brief, if you will but listen a while. For this very jest, among all the rest, I think it may cause you to smile. Bold Robin Hood said to his jolly bowman, Pray tarry you here in this grove, and see that you all observe well my call, while through the forest I rove. We have had no sport for these 14 long days, therefore now abroad I will go. Now should I be beat, and cannot retreat, my horn I will pleasantly blow. Then did he shake hands with his merry men all, and bid them at present a good-bye. Then, as near a brook his journey he took, a stranger he chanced to espy. They happened to meet in a long narrow bridge, and neither of them would give way. Quoth bold Robin Hood, and sturdily stood, I'll show you right Nottingham play. With that from his quiver an arrow he drew, a broad arrow with a goose wing. The stranger replied, I'll liquor thy hide, if thou offerest to touch the string. Quoth bold Robin Hood, thou dost prate like an ass, for were I to bend but my bow, I could send a dart quite through thy proud heart, before thou couldst strike me one blow. Thou talkest like a coward, the stranger replied, well armed with a longbow you stand, to shoot at my breast, while I protest, have naught but a staff in my hand. The name of a coward, quoth Robin, I scorn, wherefore my longbow I'll lay by, and now for thy sake a staff I will take, the truth of my manhood to try. Then Robin Hood stepped to a thicket of trees, and chose him a staff of ground oak. Now this being done, away he did run to the stranger, and merrily spoke. Lo, see my staff, it is lusty and tough. Now here on the bridge we will play. Whoever falls in, the other shall win the battle, and so will away. With all my whole heart, the stranger replied, I scorn in the least to give out. This said, they fell to without more dispute, and their staffs they did flourish about. And first Robin he gave the stranger a bang, so hard that it made his bones ring. The stranger he said, This must be repaid, I'll give you as good as you bring. So long as I'm able to handle my staff, to die in your dead friend I scorn. Then to it each goes, and followed their blows, as if they had been threshing of corn. The stranger gave Robin a crack on the crown, which caused the blood to appear. Then Robin, enraged, more fiercely engaged, and followed his blows more severe. So thick and so fast did he lay it on him, with a passionate fury and ire. At every stroke he made him to smoke, as if he had been all on fire. Oh, then into fury the stranger he grew, and gave him a damnable look, and with it a blow that laid him full low, and tumbled him into the brook. I prithee, good fellow, oh, where art thou now? The stranger in laughter he cried. Quoth bold Robin Hood, good faith in the flood, and floating along with the tide. I needs must acknowledge thou art a brave soul. With thee I'll no longer contend, for needs must I say thou hast got the white day, our battle shall be at an end. Then unto the bank he did presently wade, and pulled himself out by a thorn, which done at the last he blowed a loud blast straightway on his fine bugle horn. echo of which through the valleys did fly, at which his stout bowmen appeared, all clothed in green, most gay to be seen, so up to their master they steered. "Oh, what's the matter?" quoth William Stuteley. "Good master, are you wet to the skin?" "No matter," quoth he, "the lad which you see in fighting hath tumbled me in." "He shall not go scot-free," the others replied, so straight they were seizing him there, to duck him likewise. But Robin Hood cries, "He is a stout fellow, forbear. There's no one shall wrong thee, friend, be not afraid. These bowmen upon me do wait. There's 69, if thou wilt be mine, thou shalt have my livery straight, and other accoutrements fit for a man. Speak up, jolly blade, never fear. I'll teach you also the use of the bow, to shoot at the fat fallow deer." "Oh, here is my hand," the stranger replied. "I'll serve you with all my whole heart. My name is John Little, a man of good mettle. Ne'er doubt me, for I'll play my part." "His name shall be altered," quoth William Stuteley, "and I will his godfather be. Prepare then a feast, and none of the least, for we will be merry," quoth he. They presently fetched in a brace of fat does, with humming strong liquor likewise. They loved what was good, so in the greenwood this pretty sweet babe they baptize. He was, I must tell you, but 7 foot high, and maybe an ell in the waist. A pretty sweet lad, much feasting they had, bold Robin the christening graced, with all his bowmen, which stood in a ring, and were of the Nottingham breed. Brave Stuteley comes then with 7 yeomen, and in this matter proceed. "This infant was called John Little," quoth he, "which name shall be changed anon. The words will transpose, so wherever he goes, his name shall be called Little John." They all with a shout made the elements ring, so soon as the office was o'er. To feasting they went with true merriment, and tippled strong liquor galore. Then Robin he took the pretty sweet babe, and clothed him from top to the toe, in garments of green most gay to be seen, and gave him a curious long bow. "Thou shalt be an archer as well as the best, and range in the greenwood with us, for we'll not want gold nor silver behold, while bishops have aught in their purse. We live here like squires or lords of renown, without e'er a foot of free land. We feast on good cheer, with wine, ale, and beer, and everything at our command." Then music and dancing did finish the day. At length, when the sun waxed low, then all the whole train the grove did refrain, and unto their caves did they go. And so ever after, as long as he lived, although he was proper and tall, yet nevertheless, the truth to express, still Little John they did him call. Robin Hood's death and burial. When Robin Hood and Little John down a down a down a down went o'er yon bank of broom, said Robin Hood bold to Little John, "We have shot for many a pound, hey down a down a down, but I am not able to shoot one shot more. My broad arrows will not flee, but I have a cousin lives down below. Please God she will bleed me. Now Robin he is to fair Kirkley gone, as fast as he can win, but before he came there, as we do hear, he was taken very ill. And when that he came to fair Kirkley Hall, he knocked all at the ring, but none was so ready as his cousin herself, for to let bold Robin in. Will you please to sit down, cousin Robin, she said, and drink some beer with me? No, I will neither eat nor drink till I am blooded by thee. Well, I have a room, cousin cousin Robin, she said, which you did never see, and if you please to walk therein, you blooded by me shall be. She took him by the lily white hand, and led him to a private room, and there she blooded bold Robin Hood, while one drop of blood would run down. She blooded him in a vein of the arm, and locked him up in the room. Then did he bleed all the livelong day, until the next day at noon. He then bethought him of a casement there, thinking for to get down. He was so weak he could not leap, he could not get him down. He then bethought him of his bugle horn, which hung low down to his knee. He set his horn unto his mouth, and blew out weak blasts 3. Then Little John, when hearing him, as he sat under a tree, I fear my master is now near dead, he blows so wearily. Then Little John to fair Kirkley is gone, as fast as he can dree. But when he came to Kirkley Hall, he broke locks 2 or 3, until he came bold Robin to see. Then he fell on his knee. A boon, cries Little John, master, I beg of thee. What is that boon, said Robin Hood, Little John, thou begs of me? It is to burn fair Kirkley Hall, and all their nunnery. Now nay, quoth Robin Hood, that boon I'll not grant thee. I never hurt woman in all my life, nor men in woman's company. I never hurt fair maid in all my time, nor at mine end shall it be. But give me my bent bow in my hand, and a broad arrow I'll let flee. And where this arrow is taken up, there shall my grave digged be. Lay me a green sod under my head, and another at my feet, and lay my bent bow by my side, which was my music sweet, and make my grave of gravel and green, which is most right and meet. Let me have length and breadth enough, with a green sod under my head, that they may say when I am dead, here lies bold Robin Hood. These words they readily granted him, which did bold Robin please, and there they buried bold Robin Hood within the fair Kirkleys. Johnny Armstrong. There dwelt a man in fair Westmoreland. Ion Armstrong men did him call. He had neither lands nor rents coming in, yet he kept 80 men in his hall. He had horse and harness for them all. Goodly steeds were all milky white. Oh, the golden bands and about their necks, and their weapons they were all alike. News then was brought unto the king, that there was sick a one as he, that lived like a bold outlaw, and robbed all the north country. The king he writ a letter then, a letter which was large and long. He signed it with his own hand, and he promised to do him no wrong. When this letter came Ion until his heart, it was as blithe as birds on the tree. Never was I sent for before any king, my father, my grandfather, nor none but me. And if we go the king before, I would we went most orderly. Every man of you shall have his scarlet cloak, laced with silver laces 3. Every one of you shall have his velvet cloak, laced with silver lace so white. Oh, the golden bands, and about your necks, black hats, white feathers, all alike. By the morrow morning at 10 of the clock, Eldenborough gone was he, and with him all his 80 men. Good Lord, it was a goodly sight for to see. When Ion came before the king, he fell down on his knee. "O pardon, my sovereign liege," he said. "O pardon my 80 men and me. Thou shalt have no pardon, thou traitor strong, for thy 80 men, nor thee. For tomorrow morning by 10 of the clock, both thou and them shall hang on the gallows tree." But Ion looked his left shoulder. Good Lord, what a grievous looked he, saying, asking grace of a graceless face, why there is none for you nor me. But Ion had a bright sword by his side, and it was made of the metal so free, that had not the king stepped his foot aside, he had smitten his head from his fair body, saying, fight on, my merry men all, and see that none of you be ta'en, for rather than men shall say we were hanged, let them report how we were slain. Then God wot fair Edinburgh rose, and so beset poor Ion round, that fourscore and 10 of Ion's best men lay gasping all upon the ground. And like a madman Ion laid out, and like a madman then fought he, until a false Scot came Ion behind, and run him through the fair body, saying, fight on, my merry men all, and see that none of you be ta'en, for I will stand by and bleed but a while, and then I will come and fight again. News then was brought to young Ion Armstrong, as he stood by his nurse's knee, who vowed if he e'er lived for to be a man, oh, the treacherous Scots revenged he'd be.